Good morning, everybody. I'm Mark Carter. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of the downtown Yonge BIA, and I welcome you here this morning. But before we start the ceremony, I would like to first acknowledge that we are on the Anishinaabe Treaty lands of the Mississauga people. Welcome to the launch of Toronto's latest music mural. This is the second mural that we have commissioned to celebrate Toronto's and Yonge Street's extraordinary musical heritage. And I'm pleased to be here on behalf of the 2,000 members of the downtown Yonge Business Improvement Area, as well as all the people that live, work, play, shop, and learn in this neighborhood. There are a few members of the board of directors of the BIA that are here today, and I would just like to quickly just introduce them. Alan Liu, Alan, if you could just wave, is the vice chair of our board and the owner of the Salad King on Yonge Street. And there's a and we have to thank the entire board for their ongoing support of staff for the work that we're doing to implement these murals in downtown Yonge. Many of you were with us last year in September on the other side of the building, which was the launch of our first mural. And it features legends such as Gordon Lightfoot and Ronnie Hawkins. And last year they did grace us with their presence and joined us for that launch event, along with dozens of other iconic music figures. Even with all those legends that are on the north side of this building, it spurred a lot of talk about other iconic people that should be in murals in Toronto. And so today we're hoping that we're taking a very positive step forward to fill those gaps. We're delighted to be joined by several of the music greats that are going to be on this mural and their families who will be immortalized on this mural based on its height. And I'll introduce those members that are with us today shortly. As I had mentioned, I think last year, is that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I would say that a 22-story mural is basically hitting it out of the park. So we have to again welcome and really the support that we have with Adrian Hales. Where's Adrian? He's our I like to call Adrian our artist because we really don't want to share him, but he's back again to work his magic. If you've seen the mural on the north side, he does spectacular work. And as you can see, he's already has done significant progress on this mural, and we thank Adrian for being part of this. He has indicated that it's going to take about 3 months to complete this mural. I don't believe him at all because he works very quickly. And again, we hope that you all come back when the mural is completed. So thanks again, Adrian, for being part of the team and the work that you do. I wanted to just take a moment just to contextualize some of the work that the downtown Yonge BIA is doing. We describe ourselves or our organization as an organization that is really creating and being the catalyst behind some vibrant urban experiences in the downtown core. And really, we're just the stewards of this neighborhood trying to do it proud. It's a great place. We want to be, but our focus is to make sure that it's a great place to live, work, play, learn, and shop and invest. We've just completed our new strategic plan, organizational plan that has just come out. And the big change in that, and our plan was called Living Yonge, is that it boldly pushes the importance of culture and heritage as a key economic driver for the downtown. And we're very proud to ensure that we preserve this neighborhood's uniqueness and the role that it has played in the music sector. We completed also our music strategy in 2015, which was again a multi-pronged approach and very aggressive, and it still remains our key focus to ensure that Yonge Street maintains its role as a music mecca. And these murals are all part of that strategy. And they're very visible. They're a tribute to the music that has been so important to so many of us, and they're dazzling sights to celebrate the decades of the amazing sounds in Toronto. We're also grateful, and I need to draw attention to the City of Toronto, and I would like to just ask Mike Tanner to wave as well, because Mike has been very supportive of our music strategy. Mike is the City of Toronto's Music Sector Development Officer. Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure that you're here, Mike, to support this stuff on an ongoing basis. And of course, we can't have the support without our councillor, Kristen Wong Tam, representing Ward 27, which includes downtown Yonge. And she has been a tremendous champion of all the work that we're doing in this neighborhood, and specifically our music strategy. And I would invite the councillor to come up and say a few words.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Mark, for the warm introduction, and welcome everyone to downtown Yonge. This is a very exciting day for the community, and I think many of you are probably aware that there are big changes happening in the downtown area, including dynamic Yonge Street. And we had some conversations just leading up to this announcement, the official sort of launch of the mural project, the second 22-story mural project in the city, both of them on Yonge Street. One of those conversations that I want to share with you is that we talked about how do you preserve, enhance, and maintain and foster culture in a changing urban environment. And that's a very big conversation that I know that is happening in Kensington Market and Cabbagetown and other places such as St. Lawrence Market as a city starts to intensify and grow. And I think this particular strategy that's come forward from the downtown Yonge BIA embodies a lot of how we can do that. Preserve history, foster it, grow it, enhance it, make sure we don't forget about it, but then grow it and build upon that amazing legacy that we have now been so fortunate enough to inherit. And so this is actually a very exciting day, not just for the downtown Yonge BIA, but I think in terms of culture building in the city. And I know that, you know, oftentimes this cannot happen without values and vision. And I can say as a downtown councillor, I have the amazing opportunity and privilege of working with some dynamic neighborhoods across the entire ward. But I would honestly say that the downtown Yonge BIA is the most innovative of those civic leaders. And we could not do what we do at the City of Toronto without the extraordinary leadership of Mark and his team. And I want to acknowledge his team because I know that Mark is always talking about teamwork and collaboration and partnerships. And I want to just acknowledge the hard work of the amazing staff of the downtown Yonge BIA and the board members. So thank you. Yes. Now, values and vision is one thing, and we're going to certainly see some of that become visualized through the mural expression. But, you know, you got to have some artistic talent. And I think, you know, Adrian, it has been an absolute pleasure watching you and your team work on the other side, the north side of this building. And this is a Toronto community housing building, so I want to acknowledge that as well, is that this is an effort to beautify and bring civic pride to our area and neighborhood. And you are actually one of the most professional, one of the most skilled public artists that I've seen, muralists that I've seen in the city. And we would be happy to work with you anytime, any day. I know that you are busy, but your talents really should be spread across the city, and I know you've got a lot of projects underway. So I want to thank you, because it is not easy, folks. If you look up 22 stories up, I don't know how you do it, but I certainly wouldn't want to be up there for 3 solid months sort of make it happen. That requires not just artistic skill, but inner strength and persistence, I would say. So thank you. And then finally, of course, you know, the street art program at the City of Toronto was a small little inkling project that had a desire to showcase the very best of public art and bring it out of the museums, bring it out of the galleries, and make it fully accessible to the public. And we couldn't have done that without the visionary effort of the leadership at street art in Toronto. And I know that they play a very critical role in helping communities bring to life what starts off as an idea and a concept to full visualization, so something that we can all enjoy moving forward. And that, of course, deserves a round of applause, so thank you. Okay, so finally, to the incredible musicians and their artists, some of them who are here today, some of them who have not been able to join us, we want to thank you. because without you, there is no story to tell. And without your contributions and your persistence and your honing of your craft and sharing your music talent with us in the city of Toronto, Toronto would be a much poorer place. And I believe we're actually much richer culturally because of your contributions. And I just want to tip my hat to all your amazing efforts of bringing us together. Because when we come together with you as musicians, you break down all silos. We are just moving our bodies, and our ears and our hearts and our minds and our spirits are responding to what you are producing for us to enjoy. And so thank you very much for all that you do. And then thank you for just being here today. I look forward to the 3-month completion. I also believe that Adrian works fast enough that it'll probably be done in less than 3 months. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor, and obviously, you know, we're very supportive of the work that Councillor is doing and the support that she provides us, and we're really looking forward to the evolution and changes that we're seeing in the years to come, and working with the Councillor on continuing the vitality and bringing Yonge Street back to its splendor. So that's great. Thanks, Councillor. I would like to introduce, you know, the next, and I think the Councillor touched on it briefly, is the Street Art Toronto. Our partnership with them on this mural is second to none. They've helped provide funds for this mural, as well as just the ongoing support and leadership and mentorship that they provide us. So START was launched, and I'll leave that to sort of the details of Carolyn, but it was a program that was launched in 2012, and again, to what the Councillor had mentioned, it's to bring vitality and address sort of the graffiti issues in Toronto, and really through murals and lovely paintings to continue the vitality of great neighborhoods. So at this moment, I would like to invite Carolyn Taylor to come up and say a few words from Start Toronto.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Councillor, and thank you, Adrian. START echoes everyone's enthusiasm for this amazing project, and we're delighted to be a catalyst in bringing it to fruition as part of our efforts to turn streets into destinations for art, creativity, and community. START began, as Mark said, in 2012, and it runs out of the City of Toronto Transportation Services Division Public Realm section. And I can promise you it is the only art program in transportation services. But it lives there because our streets comprise a great deal of what constitutes public space in this city. START programs provide funds, materials, and mentorship to help create attractive, colorful, and vibrant streetscapes, support artists, and reduce graffiti vandalism. We're delighted with the design and concept that the artist Adrian Hales has developed, and the scale of these walls is a perfect canvas to showcase these truly legendary musicians. Just as every fan knows the tremendous effects of music and the power it can have over our thoughts and emotions, murals, in much the same way, add an emotional quality to the daily lives of those who get to view them on their daily commute or as a visitor to our fine city. The personal connection and interaction between viewer and artwork is a moving and unique experience. So we're delighted to be part of what has already become a great Toronto landmark. And finally, it really does take a village to bring any work of street art to fruition. So last but not least, among the many others who have been acknowledged, I'd also like to acknowledge my colleague Catherine Campbell, who is here representing START with me today as well, and also Rebecca Stubbs, whom I've had the privilege of working with at the Downtown Yonge BIA and navigating the various twists and turns of this project over the last couple of years. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Carolyn, for those kind words. Ultimately, the new mural is going to be 70 meters tall, which is, again, a soaring tribute to the music legacy of this area. And I should point out that while, music is obviously a big part of our past in downtown Yonge, it's the current work that we're doing, not just the historical work. We have over 14 performance venues within our catchment. And through some of the work that we're doing with our current programming, which is our Downtown Play the Parks program, we're really focused on two key aspects of the music sector, which is artist development and audience development as a key deliverable for the city as part of Music City. And so hopefully someday those people that are performing in our parks today will be on a mural in the future. But the mural on the north side was really paying homage to sort of the 50s and 60s. And, it was really at a time when Toronto was trying to establish itself as a bona fide music hub, not only in North America, but globally. And this mural is going to have some of those legends from the 50s and 60s, but also the great performers from the 70s and 80s. Some of the performers that are going to be on this mural, and I'll just read them off fairly quickly for you. On this second mural is going to be the band, David Clayton Thomas, Lonnie Johnson, Salome Bay, Jay Douglas, Gatto, Rush, Dizzy Gillespie, Kim Mitchell, Carol Pope, Kathy Young, Mandela, and John and Lee and the Checkmates, all that played venues on Yonge Street. And we're delighted to introduce some of those legends right now, and I'll just ask them if they could just stand up for me. I'd like to introduce Jay Douglas. Where, Jay? You're supposed to... Mr. Jay Douglas. Jay has brought some family members with him today. So Carrie, Stan, Stella, Relinda, and Althea are all here. George Oliver was to be here today, and I haven't heard from George, so he's probably had some issues that he couldn't get into town, but George Oliver was to be here. Kathy Young. The legendary Greg Godovitz and Doug Servetta. Stand up, Doug. I'd like to also introduce Mr. Frank Triano as well, that's here for Dominic as well. And I think a highlight for me is Satay is here, or Sate, Salome Bay's daughter. And in addition to all those great performers that are going to be on this mural, we're also paying homage to the highlights of the music venues that have been on Yonge Street. And you'll see images from the Brown Derby, Gasworks, Piccadilly Tube, and of course the other place in Toronto where you bought albums, A&A Records. And I'd like to say that no one knows history of the music industry than our very own Nicholas Jennings, and I do refer to him as our very own. Nicholas, if you don't know me, is one of the most iconic Canadian respected journalists in the music industry. And we can't do the work we're doing without Nicholas, and I would like Nicholas to come up and say a few things about the history of music on Yonge Street.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's only been a year since we did this for the first mural, and we're back again today. I think this really is a great day for Toronto's cultural heritage. So we already have that first mural, which features some of the music history of Toronto's Yonge Street. Ronnie Hawkins has been mentioned, Gordon Lightfoot, Oscar Peterson, Glenn Gould, Jackie Shane, Shirley Matthews, Diane Brooks, and bluesmen B.B. King and Muddy Waters were all depicted there. Historically, the sounds of Yonge run deep, with a reservoir that runs all the way from Queen up to Bloor. It encompasses everything from jazz, blues, and country to reggae, rock, and R&B. It's a world-class legacy that rivals the biggest music scenes anywhere on the planet. There simply wasn't the room on the first mural to include all of the great artists who plied their trade up and down the strip. So now we have this second mural going up that adds another level of that musical talent. As Mark said, where that first mural focused on the period of the 50s and 60s, this new one is going to extend well into the 70s. Along with legendary 60s groups like the Band, who began on Yonge Street as Levon and the Hawks, the Five Rogues, who later became the Mandela, and John Lee and the Checkmates, this latest mural features such standout performers as bluesman Lonnie Johnson, who came to Toronto in 1965 and lived here until he died in 1970 and was an integral part of both the Yorkville and Yonge Street scenes, as well as jazz trumpeter Dizzy Gillespie and our own blue-eyed soul singer, the great David Clayton Thomas. By casting its net into the 70s, the mural is also able to include such iconic Canadian stars as Rush, Godot, Kim Mitchell of Max Webster fame, Rough Trade's Carol Pope, and Juno Award-winning singer-songwriter Kathy Smith.
Excuse me. Kathy Young.
Beg your pardon, Kathy. Well,
You're making a John Belushi face.
I think that's an occupational hazard of mine, Kathy Young.
You gotta kiss me.
All right, happily, Miss Kathy Young, the Queen of Yorkville and Yonge Street. I'm sorry, Kathy.
That other shoe to drop. Oh, and then drop.
You understand what I mean by an occupational hazard.
It's okay, you missed me in your first book too. I love you.
To round out the picture, also featured are the likes of Salome Bay, Canada's Queen of Jazz and Blues, and Jamaican-born Jay Douglas, who performed with the R&B band The Cougars, bringing a mix of soul, funk, and reggae to the Yonge Street Strip. From the Colonial, Blue Note, and Steele's Tavern, and to the Gasworks, Chimney, and Piccadilly Tube, Yonge Street offered a little bit of everything to music lovers. These buildings may no longer be standing, but their locations are worth remembering as places where real history was made. That's why heritage plaques are so important. They serve as reminders for what came before. And the musicians who made that important history are now remembered in murals like both of these on this building created by the talented artist Adrian Hales. Thanks to Adrian's work and the admirable efforts of Mark Garner and his entire team at Downtown Yonge BIA, especially Rebecca Stubbs, the legacy of Toronto's rich music history is being preserved for all to see. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicholas. And again, we can't do any of the work we do without the advice, the enthusiasm, and the support that we get from Nicholas. He's been a mentor for myself and the team in all the work that he's done, and I can't thank you enough from my heart of the work you do to continually to push us to do the right thing for the music sector. Thanks, Nicholas. Nicholas also helped in our partnership with Heritage Toronto do the walking tours for downtown Yonge, and if you have not been on any of those tours, you can sign up for those tours. I think there's still space available, and a lot of the stories you hear on those walking tours with Heritage Toronto include some of the people in this front row, so it's well worth your visit. So it's at this time, I think it's a great pleasure to invite the legends from Yonge Street that have played these iconic venues to come up. So I'd like to invite Jay Douglas up. We're going to unveil the mural now. Kathy Young, Greg, Doug, Frank, Sate. Thanks, Sate. It's a struggle. And Adrian, if you can come up, and then our panel as well. So Councillor, Carolyn, and Nicholas, it'll be a big crowd. So let's try. Come on out.
Okay.
Come on out. It's a large crowd. Dougie?
Unbelievable. I want to look at it.
That's my girls.
That's right. They said Kathy Smith too.
Yeah, Doug Ingles. That's what I thought.
Good attendance too.
Yeah. So I just want to thank everybody for being here today. This has meant so much to us and all the work that we've done. And thank you to the families and other music legends that have come for this mural. It's an honor to have you here today. I have to thank, obviously, the councillor for ongoing work and encouragement, Street Art Toronto for the partnership and the funding, Nick Jennings again for all his support and mentorship. We have to thank Toronto Community Housing for their support to be able to put these murals up. Thank to Adrian Hales for his artistic abilities that are second to none to bring this vision together. And I have to thank Rebecca Stubbs from our team and the entire BIA staff for all the work that we do. And thanks for all of you showing up today for the unveiling. There's George. Where's George Oliver? George, you're here. You made it. And for any of the media that's here, the team is going to be around for any of the interviews. So please hang out, enjoy, come and see the mural, get a picture with it, and then please come back to see the mural when it comes to fruition.